let's get started with our paddleboard practice with our chipmunks today. Oops, I am behind or underneath the deck because it's raining a lot today, on and off. So hopefully you'll be able to see me pretty good and we'll get started. Let's start actually seated. So we'll normally get onto our board, we'll come down onto our knees and then go on to an easy crisscross. So you could be facing the front of your board if you were on the water somewhere in the center, or you would be facing the other way, depending on how you're feeling. So let's settle in, close our eyes. We can place our hands either palm up, oh, there comes the rain, palms up or palms down. Closing the eyes and settling in, bringing those shoulders so that they rest and stack on top of our sit bones, and we press down equally into our sit bones. Finding some softness in our shoulders, noticing the breath. Closing our eyes and feeling and noticing an entire inhale filling you up, opening up your rib cage. Exhaling, relaxing, strengthening the core on that exhale, maybe drawing the belly in towards the spine. And inhale, relax. Exhale, engage the muscles. About 5 more breaths, all on your own. Closing your eyes if it feels nice for you. If you're outside, noticing the sounds, the air on your skin. Softening our cheeks, our jaw. And we'll start our seated warm-up. Inhale, reaching up. Hi, Chippy. Exhale, bringing our hands back down to our sides. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, hands go back down to our sides. About 3 or 4 more of those. See if it feels okay to close your eyes. I'm just going to adjust my angle a bit so that you can see. So we're reaching up, maybe touching our thumbs together, even with the eyes closed. Just check in where you are. Find your body in the universe. And we'll start our twist. We inhale, reach up, and then bring our left hand over to our right knee. And our other hand goes back behind us, maybe touches the board. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over to the other side. A few more. You can do your reach up, or if you wanted to, you could open up your wings and then twist. So either reaching or opening it and extending through the fingertips. Moving at your own perfect pace. There's no right or wrong. Couple more. I'll let you do about 3 more of those, and then we'll start on our tip over. So that's the reach up. And then one hand goes down onto the board, the other hand, we look under the armpit. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we tip over, but still anchoring down into our sit bones. And so as you flow through that a few more times, I'm just going to make sure there's no one waiting in the waiting room of our class. We're all good. Back in. I'm so glad I chose to go on the deck today. Last one, let's bring our hands back behind us. Open up our chest, inhale, slide the shoulder blades down into the spine. And then we'll exhale, dive forward. So if you were on the water, obviously you wouldn't want to dive into the water. We'll inhale, bring our hands back behind us, opening the chest. Exhale, bring it forward. One more like that, and then we'll be putting it all together. Let go of your day, let go of competition. The last one. And let's put that all together. Inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, hands come back down to our sides. Soften the shoulders. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting over to one side. We maybe look over our shoulder. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, tip over. Inhale, reach up for the stars. Exhale, tipping over. One more time, let's bring our hands back behind us. Find your heart, open it up, and exhale, humbly bow down forward. Wonderful. So now we'll be bringing our hands by our sides. maybe facing the long edge or the short edge, whatever works for you. Let's bring our hands back behind us, fingertips either towards our backside or pointing away. So if you were on the water, you'd be wanting to press down equally into each hand. And we'll lift up on an inhale, lifting our hips up, pressing our feet into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. So just lifting up the hips, warming them up, warming up your hip flexors. And we'll turn it into a bit of a flowing bridge pose. So soles of the feet go down onto the mat now. Inhale, press into both feet. Exhale, bring the hips back down. Inhale, press into both feet, lift up, open the chest. All on your own. See how it feels to close your eyes now. So we warm up the posterior chain, the back of our body, our hamstrings, our calves, our glutes, and we open up the front of our body, stretching our chest. One more. Bring the hips right back down. We'll bring our hands by our knees into our boat pose, but remember to press down into your feet and your back sides. Inhale, reach our arms up. Exhale, bring them back so that they're facing the front. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring those hands here. Couple more. You'll feel your core have to work a little harder when you're extending these levers, and you've got a little bit of a lean back, warming up the belly. Couple more of those, and let's hold it up. You can stay here, still press into the feet. Imagine you're squeezing an imaginary ball between your knees. We'll bring our hands back down to the mat or the board and lift up into our bridge. Inhale, exhale. This time, hold it up in your bridge. Actively press down into your feet. I keep my chin tucked to take care of my neck. If you wanted to, you could maybe look up at the stars or the ceiling, wherever you are. Breathe. We'll bring those hips back down and go right down onto our backs. So rolling onto our backs. And the same movement here, only our shoulder blades press down. We inhale, press into the feet, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. I want you to think about just peeling one vertebrae at a time up off the mat and then slowly lowering that back down. About 5 more of those. Feel the breath big. We've got no weight in our head. Our head is free of weight. It's in our shoulder blades and our feet. One more. Let's hold it up. I hear a chipmunk. Bring it up, hold it up, breathe. Anchor down into your hands. So for paddleboard, we've got our hands anchored down into the mat or the board. And let's bring it all the way down. Lifting our feet up. And if it feels okay, our arms up. So this could be pretty intense on the board. I'm thinking on the water right now. And we'll move into our dead bug flow. So our right foot goes down and our left hand goes up. So we touch the board, bring it back up. Inhale, open, so opposite hand and foot, and then bring it up. Really notice both shoulder blades staying connected. Your lower back pressing down to anchor you to the board. Oh, here comes the sun. I hope it's a nice day. If you guys get a chance to go out, get out into nature, feel the earth beneath your feet, feel the warmth of the sun, maybe water if that's accessible to you, the air. One more. Our soles of our feet will go back down onto the mat. Our hands will anchor down and we'll lift up and hold this bridge up, stretching our hip flexors and breathing. Slowly lowering our hips back down. Let's slide those elbows in a little bit so that we can come up and bring ourselves onto our forearms. So we're on our forearms and we'll extend our feet long. Bring them down. They're hovering. Then we'll draw the knees in, extend, and down. So down, draw them in, nice strong core, extension, and reach. So we've got a bit of a core focus today. I think all paddleboard classes would be considered a core class because it needs to be working hard. Couple more. Last one. Our feet will come down, we'll press into the board, lift to our seated position, and let's make our way to all fours. So take your time, especially if you were on the water, you want to press down into both hands, bring it to all fours. Hopefully we can have our in-person classes soon. All right, and so let's move through our cat and cow. Exhaling, rolling into our cat pose, separating the shoulder blades. Inhale, opening up. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Hi, Chip Chip. Come on, here. Go see my friend over there behind the camera. One more cat, one more cow. So good. And then we'll move into spinal balance. So if you're familiar with spinal balance, the hand and the foot come off the mat, but if you're on the water, you may want to put hand on board, foot on board. Feel the length. Inhale. Exhale, bring it to all fours. Inhale, reaching, either lifting or just touching. Exhale down. Let's keep our hips facing the mat. I keep saying mat, you know what I mean by mat, I mean board. Reach. Let go of all judgment, guys, towards your bodies. Let those thoughts go. Appreciate everything that these bodies do for us and have done for us throughout our life. One more. So good. Let's take it to child's pose on an exhale. If you would prefer to be in downward dog, you'll go into downward dog. Breathe. You can maybe massaging the forehead down on the mat. We'll be flowing today from child's pose into our cobra, right into our cobra. There's a little bit of a cat back as we come in. So we cat back in, separate the shoulder blades, then roll down and open up into cobra. Then we take it back to child's pose. So it's a cat back, nice wave coming through your spine as we come up. Cat back, then we roll, hips come towards the mat and we look forward. Bring it back, exhale. Try to do that all on one inhale now. On one exhale, going back, about 5 more. Open the chest and then bring the chest towards the thighs. About 2 more. The last one. Meeting in child's pose. And then coming up to all fours. Let's lift our right foot up off the mat. We did this one last week. I did look back at the video. My foot is nowhere near my head. So our heel is reaching up and then we'll point our toe up towards the sky and you're reaching that foot towards the back of your head. I think I'm way closer this week. And bring it down. Other side. So this one's called tiger tail. So we lift first. Hello, Chip Chip. Point the toe and then look back or look up. Oh, here. They're in there. Here, bud. And bring it down. Let's bring our fingertips so that they face our knees now and work our forearms a little bit. Give our wrists a little love. Moving through cat and cow. Love it. So on our next flow, we can either be in downward dog or child's pose. So downward dog or child's pose. We lift up, press into both of our feet, both of our hands. Maybe we've got the ears here right between our arms, our biceps. Breathe. And we'll do our flow this time, but it's striking cobra. So we did the child's pose one already into a regular cobra. This one is going to be striking cobra, kneecaps up off the mat. So from downward dog, you move forward, tops of the feet go onto the mat, kneecaps stay up, and we open up into striking cobra. Then we turn the feet back and go to child or down dog. Let's do it again. Inhale right into our striking cobra. Exhale, bring it back. I should have had my little race doing this class with us. Let's do another one. His totem is a snake. He likes to learn about snakes. One more. Oh, those wrists of mine need some love. So that probably means that everyone else needs some love for their wrists too. Let's come to all fours and then lift up so that we're on our board kneeling. So this is probably, you could be paddling obviously, but let's give our wrists a little break. We'll tuck our thumbs into our hands and then create some movement here. You can close your eyes, notice both knees pressing down, maybe the tops of your feet pressing down, and then we'll go the other way. So using our yoga practice to create some awareness of our body, let go of outside distractions. Let's clasp our hands together now and do some wrist movement like that. Keep the core nice and strong. Take a moment to notice which way you're going with your wrists and then try to go the opposite way. Takes a little bit of practice for your brain. Wonderful job. All right, let's bring it back down to all fours. And then we'll move into a kneeling sun salutation. So let's come down, take our backside towards our heels. So we're in a kneeling position. Inhale, reach up as you lift the hips up. Exhale, bring your hands into your lower back. Inhale, open up into a modified camel pose. Oh, there's some crazy kids running by. Exhale, right to all fours, one hand at a time. Inhale into a kneeling plank. Exhale down onto the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, all fours. Inhale, walk the hands back towards the body, reach it back up into our extended mountain, kneeling. Exhale, bring them back behind us. Inhale, modified camel. Exhale, all fours. Inhale, plank, so the hips shift forward. Exhale to the belly, it's like a reverse tricep dip. Inhale, open into cobra. Exhale, back down to your bellies. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale all the way up to our kneeling mountain pose, reaching up. Exhale, hands come back behind us. Think of the core holding you here. Inhale, open up into camel. Exhale, all fours. Inhale, plank, shift forward. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, open up into cobra. Exhale to your belly again. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Let's do one more kneeling sun salutation. Inhale, rise up into our kneeling mountain. Exhale, hands come back behind us. Inhale, open up, shine the chest forward. Exhale, all fours. Be nice and steady where we place our hands. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Hi, Chip Chip. Inhale, open up into cobra. Exhale, back down to our bellies. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, child's pose, and you'll hold there, or if you choose to, you'll be in downward facing dog. And then we'll all make our way up to downward dog, unless you would like to stay in child's pose for as long as you want to. We'll be lifting those hips up. Let's walk the dog a little bit. So we keep the the balls of our feet down, and we're lifting our heels one by one. It's okay if your heels don't come quite to the mat. It's no big deal, right? There's no judgment in yoga. Wonderful. Slowly walking our feet to the center of our board or our mat. Inhaling, let's come up into monkey pose. So we come about halfway up. Our hands will maybe come to our shins, or they'll just be hanging out in front of us. Exhale, fold again. Let's do that flow a few more times. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll roll those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Couple more. Notice how the backs of your legs are lengthening. You're pressing into both of your feet. Into chair pose, nice and slow. Breathe in. You lift the heart up, and taking care of your back, you would want to put your hands by your heart. If you're okay where you're at, we're reaching forward, sitting the hips back and down. Breathe. So good. All right. Let's come up into our standing mountain. If you're on the water, maybe you would have a little wider mountain stance. Wonderful. All right, let's move through some lunges, and actually goddess poses first. So we'll walk our right foot forward or your left, then we'll turn towards the long edge of our board with our toes and come down into our goddess. So right here, we've got the soles of the feet down, the hips slightly back, the chest is up. We've got a strong pelvic floor, strong core. And let's open up our arms. Here we go. So we're here spreading our fingers or creating some space between our fingers here. And if it feels okay for your practice today, we'll be lifting our heels. If that doesn't feel good, then don't do it. Just stay nice and grounded. Then our palms will come together above our head, and they're reaching up. Breathe. Soles of the feet will all the way go down. We'll straighten out our legs and reach our arms up towards the sky. Close your eyes if possible. Breathe. Moving into warrior two, we'll be turning our left toes towards the long edge or the short edge, bending that left knee. Right hand. I'm really getting my lefts and rights mixed up. Okay. Your left foot is forward, your left arm's reaching, your right arm's reaching back, and your chin is looking down that front hand. Warrior two. Soften through the shoulders, lengthen through the neck. Feel your strong body just come in and hold you here. Breathe. So we hold our poses just a little longer. We move a little slower when we're on the water. Straightening out our front leg and reaching both arms up and looking at the short edge of our board. So a bit of a stretch for that back hip flexor. Holding here. Breathe. 4 or 5 breaths. Back into our warrior two. So we bend that front knee, the arms extend again, our palms face the floor. We're actively reaching in 2 directions. So good. We'll straighten out that front leg again and move into triangle pose. So we want to make sure, so your right hand's reaching towards your right shin, you're pressing into both of your feet. This one will be a fun one on the water. All right, so let's come back up, move back into our goddess pose. So our toes face this long edge. We sit back, open up. Feel our elbows come up and lengthen. And if it feels okay, we lift our heels up. So if that doesn't, feeling unsteady like I am today, then just anchor down through the soles of your feet. And if it feels like you want a little bit more, we'll bring our hands together at the top of our movement, biceps beside our ears, with our heels up or down, depending on how you're feeling. Moving into our 5-pointed star with hands reaching up, we straighten our legs and we reach our arms up towards the sky. So a little bit of a straightness in our legs now. So good. And then warrior 2. So bringing the palms to face the floor. We'll turn our back toe now towards that long edge or short edge of our mat. We'll sink into our warrior 2 facing the other direction that we were last time. Soften through the shoulders, extend through the hands. Oh, it is so nice out. Liz, I know you're probably down at the water, down at your beach. So fun. Soften, strengthen, lengthen, and let go of any worries. As we straighten out our front leg, we're turning our chest towards the short edge and reaching both arms up. Breathe. One or two more breaths here. Anchor down, feel the connection into the earth. And then we bend that front knee again, move into our warrior 2. We find that length again through our fingertips. If your shoulders are feeling not so happy with you, you can always give them a little love or let them rest for a second. Into our triangle pose. So straightening out our front leg, we'll reach that front arm forward. So if you're on the water, that could be enough for you. Just that reach and that shift of the weight, or you can hinge down into our triangle, bringing our front arm towards our front leg. Oh, slippery. I guess you'd have to take into account too, if you had water on your board, you wouldn't want your feet too far apart if you had any chance of slipping. Wonderful. All right, let's come back up to our goddess, sit it back and down, breathe. Let's bring our hands back behind us in our goddess pose, chest expansion. So we're opening across our chest, finding the breath. And we'll move into some lunges now. Let's straighten out our legs, turn our chest towards the short edge of our board or our mat, lift our back heel, and we'll drop our back knee down onto the mat. Top of the foot comes down, and then check in. We want our feet, our foot and our knee to be on train track so that your weight is dispersed properly. Wonderful. So let's bring if your right knee is forward, your right hand is going to go down onto your right knee, and we're opening up into an open twist. Breathe. And then that front hand will go down, and we're either reaching up or just tucking that arm back behind you, checking in with how you feel. And then we'll take our twist towards our knee after. Love it. All right, so the hand that's up now will come down onto the mat or the board. Your other hand will go onto your knee, and now we'll be twisting towards that knee here or reaching our arm up. Find that twist, running out of time. Breathe. If anyone felt like they wanted a little more, you could always lift your back knee. All right, let's bring our hands back down to the mat. We'll take it back to all fours or downward dog. Take a flow back. You can hold in your downward dog, or let's try a plank. Inhale, come into a full or kneeling plank. Breathe. Shift the weight back into the feet. See how that feels. So stretching the calves. And then shift the weight slightly forward, coming onto the toes. Again, bring it back, settle in, and then find somewhere in between where we're able to press the weight either into our knees or our feet. We'll drop down onto our knees and bring the other foot forward. So just walk it forward or help it with your hand into our open twist. So the same hand as the foot that's in front of you comes down, and we're opening up into our twist. If you want to bring your hand onto your elbow onto your knee, you can too, if it doesn't feel nice to be as deep. And then the other way, we'll exhale, bring this hand down to the mat. Inhale, either place the hand on the knee or reach it up into our twist. Breathe. Wonderful. All right, take it back to downward facing dog or all fours or child's pose. Whichever one you want to do. So settle in. We're here for 5 big, beautiful, long breaths. Into our plank pose on an inhale, either full plank or you'll bring your knees down onto the mat, whichever one you want to do. Breathe here for 5 breaths. Holding, breathing, feeling, right? Listening to your body. Let's lower down onto chaturanga. So we're coming either halfway down. I need to drop my knees. If you're okay to come right into your chaturanga, you're here with belly down, or chaturanga with hips and chest off. Oof. Oof. I know. Tough one. Oh my gosh, today. Okay, guys. So here we are in either chaturanga or just in our cobra pose, bringing the chest forward. Let's press our tops of our feet down into our board at the back and reach our hands forward into locust. Breathe and feel. We'll place our right hand down on the mat and start to bend our back knee and reach for that foot. And let's add a flow. Inhale, we reach and we're straightening. Exhale, reaching back to the foot. You can stay there or work towards actually reaching back for that foot. See how it feels. You could bring your hand to the inside of your foot, with the toe or the thumb pointing up. And if it's okay for you, lift your kneecap up off the mat. Our hips still face the floor, or you're just bending that knee. No need to reach back. Press into that front hand. And let's do the other side. On an inhale, we're extending. On an exhale, we're bending and reaching back. Oh, sorry, Chippy. Come here. Come here. One more, and if you want to, now you fully reach back, inside or outside of the foot. Come here, Chip Chip. Don't be scared. If you want to bring your kneecap up. This one's a scaredy cat. Scaredy chipmunk. All right. Let's put our hands underneath our chest. We'll press down and right back to child's pose. Feel that stretch in your low back. So you find some space there. Settle as much space as you want between your knees for your belly, and rest. Rest here. Massage our foreheads down. That could feel good. This is a great pose for anxiety or stress. Let's feel that safeness. Beautifully done. So we'll be making our way to our backs now. Take your time. You'd be moving slowly, obviously, if you were on the water. Shifting our feet. Be rolling right back onto our backs for a little bit of a flow. Oh, my daughter's home. All right, so our flow. First, we're in our nice long, well, it's called corpse pose, but for today we'll just call it, let's call it supine mountain. mountain pose, and then extended mountain laying down, reaching our arms up. Wonderful. Then we'll bring our left knee into chest, take a little back stretch. And then extend that leg up to the sky. And slowly place it back down on the board. Let's bring the other knee up and into the chest. Reach the heel towards the sky. And then back down to our supine mountain. And we'll try it again. Inhale, reach nice and long. Our arms reach up. Exhale, bring your right knee or left knee into chest. Inhale, extend the heel to sky. Exhale, place it back down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, bring the other knee into chest. Stretching your back. Inhale, extend that heel up. Exhale, place the foot down on the board. We'll do it again. Inhale, arms reach up nice and long. Maybe feel the stretch first. Exhale, draw the knee into chest. Inhale, reach the heel to the sky. Exhale, place the leg back down. Hands are by our side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, heel to sky, stretching our hamstring. Exhale, leg goes back down onto the floor or board. Let's do that one more time, either side. Inhale, reach. Let's hold it here actually for 3 breaths. We'll hold it a little bit longer. And then we'll draw the knee into chest, stretch our back here. I like to hold onto the back of my knee just to take care, or the back of my leg, so that I'm not straining my ligaments by pulling that shin in. So we've got our back stretch here, and then the heel goes to the sky. If you feel unsteady, just bend that opposite leg to press down for your stretch here. And we'll slowly lower it back down to the board. Inhale, reach both arms up. Feel the length for 3 big, beautiful breaths. Breathe in some healing. Breathe out tension. Draw the knee into our heart or up our thigh towards our belly. A few breaths. Our jaws are relaxed. Our shoulders are anchored. And then our hamstring stretch as we reach our heel up. Maybe bending the opposite knee if it's feeling a little unsteady for you. Make sure to have some patience with your body. And we'll bring that foot back down onto the board. Feels so good. All right, now let's just reach our arms up and then bring them back behind our heads. And we're going to do a flow for the bridge pose now, something like that. So hands will come back down to our sides. We'll bend our knees, press the soles of the feet down into the board. As we lift our hips, we're going to lift our arms up as well. So just here above our shoulders, pressing down into both of the feet. And slowly lowering. Let's flow about 5 more times like that. We come up and back down. If you wanted to make it a little more challenging, instead of stopping here, you'll be bringing your hands above your head and then bringing it back down. And then we'll be holding. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, down. Great way to strengthen your body, your legs here, without having any extreme weight in your knees. Last one, and we'll hold it up. So reaching it up, or if you wanted to reach into the water, obviously if you were on the water, that might be feeling great for you as well. Close your eyes. Notice your breath coming in so easy. Healing through movement. So much can be done moving together, breathing together, healing together. Let's bring that spine back down onto the mat. Hands will come back down to our sides, and we'll make our way into our our Shavasana. So extending our feet. I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo, achoo. Extending our feet down. If you want to let your feet go into the water here, you could. Hands could be in the water as well. Palms up or down, really whatever works for you. We're here for a few moments of breath. Take your time. Soften your jaw. Let you settle in. And I'll be reading us our Shavasana. So take a moment to settle in. Allow your body to melt right down into the earth. Close your eyes. Oh, I can't find my little thing. It's okay. Let's start at our feet. Take a moment to notice your feet. Notice the ankles. And if you could, imagine breathing in and drawing in energy through the soles of your feet up into your legs, like a wave flowing up into your body, filling you up. And then exhale that wave going all the way back down, melting out your feet. Let's do a few more. Drawing in energy up through the feet till it enters your lungs, your brain, and then exhale, let it all go. And as you do, relax the muscles a little bit more. A few more times, all on your own. A wave of healing flowing in, letting go with the exhalation. We'll bring our hands to our bellies and imagine that you could breathe in through your navel. Inhale, feel the air, the healing. All the miracles of creation just filling you up. And then exhale, let go. 4 or 5 more big, beautiful breaths to fill the belly, lift the spirits. Bring your kind and gentle awareness to the top of your heads. Imagining that you could breathe in through the top of your head, filling up your mind with thoughts of kindness towards your body, towards others. Letting in new ideas and knowledge, letting go of things that you don't need or no longer serve you. A few more breaths. Softening our jaws. Allowing our eyeballs to rest. Feeling our collarbones widen. Staying here for as long as you can. I hope that if you're watching this later, you can carve out some time for yourself to breathe and listen. Make sure to honor any injuries or limitations. I hope that you have enjoyed your practice. We'll take a couple more breaths in. The light, the love, the good things inside of me sees that and acknowledges that you have those same things inside of you. We are all brothers and sisters here on this beautiful earth. Namaste.